When we are on patrol, actually, so during our things, so they came with the healers. It was 2 healers actually. So when they came, some of them are trekking, and some of them are in surgical. So as they come, they drop some people. So before we realized, we had a gunshot. After the gunshot, they now shout, those Maloskit, as in the Muslim, I don't know what okay, they used to say unknown herdsmen. So the herdsmen shout as in Allahu Akbar. So that was the time that they started shooting. So people like we are running, and they are chasing people, following them. Seriously, as in those are foreign guns actually, undescribable. The kind of ammunition, as in the guns that they hold, it's undescribable actually. Because actually in my area here, we never had such kind of a gun.
Really, sir, on the day that they come for this attack, it is around 11 o'clock when we heard a strange sound of gun, which we wanted to realize who are those people. Right from the beginning, from the bridge, we saw 3 hillocks, which we think like it is security men. But later on, we hear firing. They started firing, and that kind of firing sound was very strange, which we failed to understand who are those people. Is it the security men? Because the kind of gun that they use, they are the same kind of gun that army use, soldiers. We try to understand that it is the Fulani people that live with us here and some strangers that bounced into our village. They started burning down our village. Right from down there are some people in the front with ammunition. They are firing, clearing the road for the other people that are following them at the back. The Fulani that live in our village. We know them. They are calling our people by their names. We have Shaibu, Alhaji Sani, Jafaru, Abu, and the rest. When they come in, they will call you by your name to come out. That you think that you can confront them. Right from initial, you don't like them. Now they have come for revenge. You should come out and prove to them if you are a man. If anybody tries to stay in the road, they shoot the person. That's how our people run. Some people, they will run without knowing where their direction, which direction are they heading to. I that is speaking with you now, they killed my father, who is Augustine Arigi. They killed him and burn his dead body. And that is how they just come, enter our village and burn everything down. Definitely, they come in army uniform and their weapons. We use no security men, the army. They are the kind of people that we know them with that kind weapons. And also with the cars. We only know army with hillocks and the color of the cars. Also their movement, we thought it is army. But what made us fail to understand either they are army or they are not. Army used to come for peacekeeping. They would like to tell us to stay safe. But this one, when they come, they started shooting.
We start with the number of about 756 IDPs. Yesterday we registered about 1,205 persons, and from yesterday to today the registration is still on. So you could see that nothing actually positive is happening in southern Kaduna because of these attacks.
Deliberate act. These attacks are not mere murders or banditry, but premeditated attempts to wipe out the Etiab race We have made efforts to be at peace with all the people in the children. Thus, the importance of this briefing. The Tia people were defenseless for the whole time the carnage took place, with no protection. There's no any place in all the areas attacked that has a distance of more than 10 to 15 minutes drive from one security checkpoint to the other. It is not only lives and houses that will be destroyed, but crops and places of worship inclusive. Our people are known to be purely peasant farmers, but at this season of famine, have to abandon their farms for fear of being killed. All schools in the area are closed down, hence our children can no longer go to school, therefore creating a humanitarian crisis for all the displaced people in the land, which in turn creates an urgent need for internally displaced persons camps to cater for those that have been left at the mercy of the weather, both in rain and in sunshine, without any roof on their heads, since the renewed persistent attack. This whole thing looks like the Fulani militia wants to grab and occupy our land. The Tia people are law-abiding citizens that have been loyal to all successive governments to date, and wonder why we should be left alone to carry our cross now. Based on this, we ask that government provide more troops, humanitarian relief materials, and a peaceful atmosphere for all. Else, we will be left with no other option than to protect ourselves using all legal means. This dastardly act of unimaginable magnitude of cowardice, assault perpetrated by agents of darkness who are bent on destroying already established pathway to sustainable, peaceful coexistence between all categories of people and tribes residents in a Tiab land has been championed by the paramount ruler of a Tiab land, the Guata Sir Dominic Yahaya, must be stopped by all well-meaning Nigerians, with you, the press, inclusive. In a continuation of their onslaught on our land, the Fulani militia have unbelievably stormed and unleashed terror, bloodshed, and destruction in the following communities just within the span of 2 weeks. What is most surprising is the ability of these militia to successfully continue to test the powers of the military by carrying out their well-orchestrated evil acts of killing, maiming, and burning hundreds of houses for several hours without little or no intervention by the security forces. Since the security personnel find it difficult to engage these heartless murderers when they arrived at the scene of the attack, it left us to wonder whether they are under oath or instruction not to confront and shoot the assailants.